Balance is not a constant state of effort or success. People ask me all the time, what do I need to get started? Or what do I need to take the next level of my wellness so that I start to feel balanced? And is that something I can actually attain? So, to answer these questions, I've created something called the True Balance Basics method. I took into account different learning styles and different levels of understanding. So if you are just getting started or you've spent years trying to figure out what's going on with your health, then my goal was to set up everything you need to learn in between nutrients and health conditions to cooking to figure out what you need to do to achieve balance and not feel like you're drowning in information on the internet. And with this method, I've created different levels of opportunity for different people because we all might need to learn different amounts of information or different topics. So make sure you wait to the end of the video because you won't want to miss the different discounts and budget options that I have for your specific needs and health conditions. And before I jump into these learning opportunities, I want to make sure that I highlight some of my top tips when achieving balance. So pause the next slide and make sure you take some notes because these are some really helpful tips that can help you get to the next level in a couple of minutes a day. Tip number 1, allow for flexibility, especially in the beginning. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, balance is not a constant effort or success. Tip number 2, don't expect your success to happen overnight. Any program or coach or person that advertises overnight success is not sharing things that has happened for years before they could actually achieve their goal. Tip number 3, remember that growth is very similar to gardening or farming. There are different seasons for planting, growing, and harvesting. Your growth requires that you spend time on each phase of learning. So make sure you're dedicating your attention to learning and planning before you can actually take some solid action towards your goals. Tip 4, make sure you have some kind of learning tool for motivation, support, accountability, and just tracking your progress. I can't tell you how many times I've met somebody who thinks that they're not succeeding when there are improvements that they are seeing in their health. So make sure that you are aware and mindful of what is going on with the progress you're making, the efforts you're making, and the success you might be having. And tip number 5, staying consistent is the hardest aspect of wellness for everybody. So picking one ingredient or one 5-minute task a day can really make a difference in achieving your goals. Just pick something and make it count. Don't pick something that you think other people want to see you pick. Pick what matters to you the most. And the last tip that I have for you today is to have some really solid tools that work well for you. Again, staying consistent and accountable is so hard for everybody, and you don't want to feel guilty. So if you have something that keeps you learning, that keeps you engaged, can make such a difference in your progress. The last thing you want to do is feel bad if you miss a day or if you don't eat everything that you should in one day. What you want is to keep track of how many days you're not making efforts so that you can plan for days where you are. You don't want to just shoot in the dark and feel negative if it doesn't happen. You need to make it happen. And having a plan and a mindfulness tool can really keep your plan in action and the wheels turning. With my method, I've created a range of different learning tools so that whatever works best for you, you can pick and use it to the max. And you can really take your progress into the next level without feeling like things are just not working for you or you're going through the motions. Now, some people like a grocery list and other people do really well with a mindful reflection tool and just having a plan. So I've created a bunch of different types of handouts for you so that whatever works best for you really sticks. And after spending years creating these learning tools, I'm now offering them under different health topics and different opportunities for learning. So make sure you check out the next 2 slides to see what topics are available and what the discounts are.